What is your biggest concern about the AI age?
Actually, the biggest concern is people that reject the adoption of AI. And of course, my colleagues in the panels would all talk about there's guardrails and there's ethical use and there is, her solution you prevent. But at the end of it, you can set all those regulations. If we do not adopt AI, we'll never be able to put that to a test. What is important is a mindset to adopt AI today as a emerging technology. Understand and put shorter cycles of feedback. So do not abdicate any decision making like much of the conversation we had today. Use it as an amplifier, but keep a constant look about the outcomes of it. Keep AI ethical, traceable, accountable. Keep it trusted and useful. Right? This is how you guide a new technology to maximize its progress.
Thomas براموتيدام, CEO of بريسايت. Glad to have you here in Arabcast.
Hey Jamal, thank you for having us.
In Davos.
Beautiful day, yeah?
Yeah. So how do you see Davos and your participation here?
Well, I think this is our third year here. G42 is one of the founding members of AI House. And together with Presight, we have been running panels and discussions on AI. And you've seen the evolution of it. It started with LLMs, ChatGPT, and today now we're talking about agentic. I think it's like this year's theme is a spirit and a week of dialogues, like the one we're having. Everyone's looking at where AI will impact, where AI will apply to us, how it will change. We continue to embrace those conversations in the UAE through Presight, the work that we do, as well as conversations with international leaders that we meet here.
We are hearing a lot of things about what's happening in Abu Dhabi. What's happening there? This huge investment in AI.
Well, it is. And it's not just a thing today. In 2017, the UAE appointed His Excellency Omar as the AI minister. Yeah. So it's not a thing today. I think what you see today, it's a convergence of technology advancements. So with the large language models, the advancement of AI has become more applicable. The Emirate itself, the country has always applied technology. So give you an instance, G42 was established in 2018, looking at big data analytics, applying AI across different sectors. Presight fully established in 2020, and we were listed in 2023, looking at bringing applied AI technology into the government sector, public services, into finance. We're now the central bank's joint venture partner for digital transformation. We have a joint venture with ADNOC, AIQ, that looks at AI and energy for AI. And we continue to build smart city infrastructure application. So I wouldn't say it's a now thing, but except in the last 2 years, Abu Dhabi has definitely become a leader in setting out the AI vision and how to apply it.
How would you explain AI to someone who has no background? What is AI?
I think, so first of all, AI has been around for a long time, since the 1970s, right? I think we should not be fixated on the technology. What is AI? When you go home and you turn on Netflix and you commit yourself to let Netflix recommend you, there's an AI algorithm behind that helps you pick what you want to watch and you're willing to commit to it. When you turn on Google Maps and Waze and you see the whole combination of satellite mapping technology, there's AI algorithms that help you make those decisions as you route yourself. AI has been in our lives for a long time, right? Today, the emphasis put on, AI assistance, ChatGPT is taking it to the next level, but you have always had it, right? So I think people shouldn't think about AI has arrived today, but really think about if there was a tool in technology, whether you call it artificial intelligence or alternate intelligence, how can I use it to make my work better? How can I use it to build my family closer, spend more time, do more things together? How does my community evolve around that? I think that's really the question people should ask, and not what is AI, what is the technology?
But what we see now, that AI is coming to replace human. And this is a huge concern.
It's interesting. So people say, AI will replace jobs. This is a new era. My take is AI will amplify the human factor and therefore make humans' jobs more valuable and add value to it. Will AI change job roles? Yes, it will. Just as many technology evolution has changed. There's one example we always use. Would you have thought that today an influencer will make $10 million because they could do a podcast? Their job role never existed. A DJ that will spin music and do tours around the world, and you tell someone they could play CDs and spin music and make millions of dollars, that never existed today. So I think if we embrace the different roles that AI will bring forward, some roles will be sunset, some roles will be new, and I think that's the way to do it. earlier in the panel with Her Excellency Mariam, we spoke about new roles in AI legislation, bringing AI, upscaling the legislative and regulatory workforce to understand how to adopt that. And she said it very clearly. The AI will not replace the human job, but amplify the work that it does. I think that's the mindset we need to have.
Let's go back to Brieside. You're listed now, but you are very open to the media. Most of the CEOs with listed companies, they're afraid to media. No, we are listed. Come on, I cannot.
Jamal, it really depends on the questions you're going to ask, right? Okay. So I can't comment on that. But I think Brieside has been very blessed. We're in our third year since going public. We've been able to stand on the shoulders of giant, the UAE, the Abu Dhabi ecosystem, right? And it's a narrative, a story we want to tell, that the UAE has become a capital of AI, beyond a capital of capital. We have actual examples and real life projects that were delivering value. And a lot of questions are going, what can AI bring? And if you really look at the smart cities work we're doing in Abu Dhabi, if you look at the work we're doing in Jordan for healthcare, we look at the work we're doing in Kazakhstan, right? That's really where the rubber hits the road, where technology is applied and you can quantify value to society, impact, and in country itself.
But what do you actually do? I mean, do you have tech labs, engineers, scientists? What are you doing, guys?
So we're fortunate. So when Brieside started, we focused on big data and applied analytics, right? And this is back in 2020, before generative AI became sexy and ChatGPT. We were using machine learning, OCR, neuro-linguistic programming as AI to develop a large data analytics platform. We're very strong in making sense of large data sets and applying analytics to it. Now, if you take that as the foundation, you applied it into public service. Brieside's the UAE Accounting Authority and Abu Dhabi Accounting Authority platform for audit end-to-end, right? So we use AI to ingest, documents. We use analytics to look at anomaly, right? And that cycle goes on. We are the foundation platform for the National Emergency Crisis and Management Agency that aggregates all the first responders. So ambulance, fire trucks, police, every time an incident happens, and route them to not just the nearest hospital, but the nearest available hospital that can treat and reduce mortality of an incident. Right? If you think about that, that's a complex problem that requires different data sets, interoperability between systems to come together with a set of algorithms, generative AI-driven, AI-centric, to really deliver, can I get an ambulance to a victim in the shortest time possible? Can I get the victim to the hospital with the right, pediatrician, with the right surgeon, with the right OT that's available? And this is what we do. We do very well bringing data together, big analytics data, and applied intelligence to solve some of these real world problems.
Yeah, let's talk business. Most of the revenue of Brieside is coming from sovereign long-term contracts. How would that going to reflect on your flexibility?
I think that's a different lens to look at it. So Brieside, when we listed, we were 100% Abu Dhabi, the UAE. G42 serving of course, the federal government of the UAE. 2024, we finished 27% international and 73% domestic UAE revenue. We expect the earnings this year to report about 35% international and 65% domestic. The client base that we look at is not about being sovereign. We serve governments. So we serve the Ministry of Digital Transformation, we serve the General Secretary of Cabinet. We continue to serve the Federal Public Prosecutor Office. That's one clientele. Our second clientele is SOE, state-owned enterprises. And why do we focus on that? Brieside focuses on emerging markets, right? And in the emerging markets, the government, the administration and leadership is driving transformation for the country, for the well-being of the country. The second group that is driving the digital transformation of any economy in the emerging market is the state-owned enterprise that looks at utilities, transportation, resources, right? These are our target base. We are not, or at least not yet, a B2B company. We're very focused on developing national scale solutions. We're focused on developing state-owned enterprise relationship. We have a joint venture with Samruk Khazna, which is the sovereign fund of Kazakhstan. In Abu Dhabi itself, we're partners to Mosdar, partners to 80 ports. We're central bank's digital arm. If you can see that pattern of partnership is to bring our know-how of applied technology to support large national scale implementations across key sectors.
You work with the government, and I mean, there are some sensitive projects. Who set the rules?
Well,
When it's like security, things like that.
well, any project, security or otherwise, the client sets the rules, right? We're a technology enabler. We're not an operator, right? So if you talk about information security, you talk about ethical AI, we observe those according to what we deploy. We continue to serve the mission. And I think that is really where that defines us. Briesite has been serving the Abu Dhabi government and national system since inception, and we continue to do that. A big part of it, we're 100% Emirati based. We're the largest net exporter of Emirati solutions. We work closely with the Abu Dhabi Fund for Development as well as the Export Office to create what we term as digital diplomacy, or just exporting solutions that has been tested in Abu Dhabi at scale, in Dubai at scale, and exporting that out. I think that's really what counts.
Beside Abu Dhabi government and the federal government of UAE, who are the other governments? I mean, your clients.
Well, we operate now about in 11 countries in Central Asia. We have a regional office in Kazakhstan that is building the Astana Smart City. We work in Angola. We work in the Maldives. We just announced our project in Albania, a smart city project. So we continue to develop and export what has worked well in the UAE to these countries.
Smart city. Tell me about this. What is smart city?
Well, I think smart city has been around for many years.
Yeah.
Right? The ability to integrate IoT sensors. So remember I told you what Briesite does really well is the ability to bring structured and unstructured data together to drive a mission. Right? So you have anything that a city management, waste management, traffic violations, what else, civil works reporting. These are all sensors that the citizen need to send back, and you need to be able to aggregate and make sense of that.
What is your biggest concern about the AI age?
Actually, the biggest concern is people that reject the adoption of AI. And of course, my colleagues in the panels would all talk about there's guardrails and there's ethical use and there is, her solution you prevent. But at the end of it, you can set all those regulations. If we do not adopt AI, we'll never be able to put that to a test. What is important is a mindset to adopt AI today as a emerging technology. Understand and put shorter cycles of feedback. So do not abdicate any decision making like much of the conversation we had today. Use it as an amplifier, but keep a constant look about the outcomes of it. Keep AI ethical, traceable, accountable. Keep it trusted and useful. Right? This is how you guide a new technology to maximize its progress. And not so my greatest fear, if you reject the adoption of AI, then we'll never know or never be able to guide and shape it towards its potential.
Mr. Thomas, what is the question that you have never been asked?
That's a tough one. I think some questions that have never been asked. That's a really good one. I've never thought about that one. Maybe one then about what's next. I think what's next. It's always been asked, but the dimension of what's next, not from a company point of view, but as we evolve as a society, as AI changes the way technology is developed, software is written, I think what's next in that space will probably be the question that we need to spend some time thinking about. And one day when that question is asked, I have a good answer for that. But right now, apply AI and apply technology to return value, because that's the truth outcome of any technology company. And I am very proud that Briesite is one that observes, that apply intelligence where the rubber hits the road and delivers most impact is the MO that we want to operate the company at.
Mr. Thomas P., CEO of Briesite. Glad to have you in Arabcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jamal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.